What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you a little quick video which I don't usually do, and that is an F1 2018 driver lineup video. So I've never done one of these before, but this is basically just going through my predictions of what I think is going to happen. Bear in mind I'm probably going to be completely wrong. I hope I'm not, but this is just what I think is going to happen. I'm going to explain all my reasonings afterwards. There are some where I've got 3 drivers, but that's because I just don't know what's going to happen, and I'll tell you what the problem is after I've done when I get to those teams. First of all, I'm going to do it in the way of the 2017 constructor standings at this point. So during the summer break before the Belgium Grand Prix, that's what I'm doing, just so it's easier to work out. So it's constructors championship. So starting off from the top to the bottom. First off, you have Mercedes. I'm putting down Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas to stay at Mercedes next season as teammates. Lewis Hamilton, he's got a contract with Mercedes until 2018. The end of 2018, he seems really happy there. And Valtteri Bottas, I think he's done a good enough job. He's done a really good job. I thought it was going to be a good lineup, and I said I reckon he's going to do much better than Rosberg did, and I think he has. It's been quite a different season. He's not the best car anymore. So I think he's done a good job. And originally I thought it's going to be a career-ending move because Alonso and Vettel are out of contract at the end of this year, so Mercedes might want to try and get one of them. But now I am convinced that that's not going to happen because Bottas has done a really good job. And for me, if I was Mercedes, I'd sign Bottas on to next year straight away. So that's my reasoning for Mercedes. Then moving to Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen is what I put down. I think that's going to stay the same. Vettel obviously is in the championship. He wants to stay at Ferrari. Raikkonen, I think he's done much better than he has the last 2 years, and well, the last 3 years actually, since he rejoined Ferrari. He's done really, really well. I think he's earned his drive for another season. But Vettel also said, I won't sign a contract unless Raikkonen is my teammate for next season. And Raikkonen wants to stay at Ferrari, and I think he's actually done very, very well. I think he should have won a couple of Grand Prix this year already. He might win some later in the season, but it just seems like Ferrari are favouring Vettel at the moment because of the championship. But we'll see. And then going to Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen. Again, I can't see that changing. They've got 2 great drivers there. Max Verstappen, yeah, he can be a bit immature and making mistakes, but you know, I'd take that down to age and experience. Even though I'm less than a year younger than Verstappen, no, I take it down to experience mainly. He's only had 2 full seasons in Formula 1, and this is his 3rd full season, and it's just an experience. You know, you're learning all the time. He needs to learn to not get annoyed when he's overtaken as much. Then moving on to Force India. Now this one, the first one where it gets a bit tricky, is I put 3 drivers down. I think it's going to be Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon, or Pascal Vettel and Esteban Ocon. The reason for this is that there isn't enough seats in Formula 1 for all the Formula 1 drivers that need to be in Formula 1. That's the only problem that they have at the moment. And silly season usually starts around now anyway. But yeah, I think it's going to be Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon mainly, but I'm not entirely sure. I hope that's how it is, but then again, who knows. I think Sergio Perez is going to extend this contract. I think Ocon will stay there for another season. Next up is Williams. I'm leaving that the same with Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll. Stroll has done a good job. I didn't know how good he'd be, but he's actually done really, really well. Really impressed me. Of course, got a podium in Azerbaijan. That was a really good race from him. I really think he's good. Younger than me, just point out, and he's really impressed me. Moving on to Toro Rosso. I've put down Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly because I just can't see Kvyat keeping his drive. You know, I was surprised that myself and lots of other people last year were surprised that Kvyat kept his drive. I don't know what, because he was demoted to Toro Rosso, and ever since he's been outperformed by Carlos Sainz. So I don't know why he's still in Formula 1. He shouldn't be there, so that's why I put him out and Pierre Gasly in. And next up we're going to Haas. This is another one where I put 3 drivers. I put Kevin Magnussen because he's got a mod-year contract, and Roman Grosjean, or Kevin Magnussen and Charles Leclerc, or Roman Grosjean and Charles Leclerc. I honestly don't know what they can do there because Grosjean, I can't see him going anywhere. Maybe I can't see him return to Renault, and I can't see him getting a move higher up the grid unless they're opening the tyres or something. And I think Charles Leclerc needs to be in Formula 1. He's in Formula 2 at the moment and absolutely dominating that. He needs to be in a Formula 1 seat. I've posted a tweet a few times saying, get this guy a seat. Leclerc needs to be in Formula 1. That's just not happening, unfortunately, at the moment. Magnussen got the multi-year contract. I think he's matching Grosjean, I'd say. I just don't know what they're going to do at Haas, but that's my prediction. It's either going to be Charles Leclerc and Romain Grosjean, Charles Leclerc, Kevin Magnussen, or Romain Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. Going on to Renault, I think Jolyon Palmer is going to be out. I think there is a little bit of rumours that he's going to not be racing for the rest of the season. Which, if I was Renault, I would not make him race for the rest of the season, because he's just not performing the way he should be and the rate that the Renault is capable of. He's got no points compared to Nico Rosberg. I think he's got 27 points, which is the equivalent of winning 9th place, and Palmer's got no points. So for Renault, I put Nico Hülkenberg to stay, and I've got Robert Kubica in there as well. That could be wrong, but I think Kubica can make a comeback. I think he will with Renault for next year. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up now is McLaren. I've put that as Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Vandoorne. Of course, there's been rumours that Alonso won't race. Will leave McLaren. We want out McLaren Honda, but I can't see where else he would go. So I'm saying he's going to stay at McLaren. I believe Honda can make a good engine. They just haven't really sussed it out yet. They've made massive improvements this year from how it was at the beginning of the season, with Vandoorne using 5 engines in the first 4 races. And now they've got quite a decent engine. I think they can make a good engine. They just need to pull their finger out of it though. But yeah, Vandoorne, he's finally scored points. He's done a relatively good job in terms of being his first year in Formula 1, his first full year in Formula 1. You know, adapting to the cars and all that stuff. And Alonso, I think, he's done well enough. Sauber, I've put this to say the same with Pascal Wehrlein or Marcus Ericsson and Charles Leclerc. I would prefer to see Ericsson out of Formula 1, but the problem is he won't, because his sponsors, Swedish sponsors, own Sauber, and Marcus Ericsson is Swedish. They want to keep a Swedish driver in Formula 1, obviously, which isn't really good, because Ericsson, I just don't think he's a good driver. But unfortunately, I think it's going to be Ericsson Wehrlein or Ericsson Leclerc. The reason I put Leclerc in there is because Ferrari want to make Sauber sort of their B team sort of thing, like Red Bull have Toro Rosso, Mercedes just use any customer teams, or Renault and something like that. So, but I would like to see Ericsson out of Formula 1. I don't think he's a good enough driver, and if it was Wehrlein and Leclerc, I'd be completely happy. But I just don't know what it's going to be. I think it might stay with Wehrlein and Ericsson. I'm unsure whether Leclerc will get a drive for next season, which is really, really annoying because he needs to be in Formula 1. That's what I'm saying. There aren't enough seats in Formula 1 for the drivers that need to be in Formula 1. Then, Gasly needs to be in Formula 1, which I think it will be next year with Toro Rosso. But then I can't see a way for Leclerc to go. It's just really, really annoying because I think he needs to be in Formula 1. He's a brilliant, brilliant driver, dominating F2 at the moment, and there just isn't a way for him into Formula 1 at the moment unless Raikkonen retires and like Grosjean takes the seat or something like that. There's just no way I can see that happening, unfortunately, which is a real shame because he needs to be in Formula 1. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you did enjoy it, please give me a big like, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at ShadowSlasher82. As always, there is a link down in the description, and all the music used in this video is also down in the description. But that's from me, and I will see you next time.